So good morning everyone, I hope everybody is doing fine. We'll be starting off with a new chapter, heights and distances, or we can say it's basically application of trigonometry what we have already done in our first semester, right? First or the mid semester. So heights and distances, this is the chapter 9th of your NCRT named as application of trigonometry. So right away we can start. So there are few terms which we have to keep in mind when we do heights and distances. First is line of sight. It's the line drawn from the eye of the observer and the point to be viewed. If you are looking from here to here, this is your line of sight. Is it clear? The second one is your angle of elevation. Angle of elevation is basically when you are in a, let's say, on a ground floor and you're looking at the top of the building, then this angle will be your angle of elevation, the angle made by the horizontal. Clear? And the angle of depression will be the opposite of angle of elevation. When you are at the top of the building and you're looking at the ground or below the eye level, we'll say it's your angle of depression. I would expect people to copy these three definitions. Don't write definition 1, 2 and 3, just write line of sight, angle of elevation and angle of depression. Please copy down these things. I am pausing the video for you all. Hurry up, you have exactly 4 minutes to copy all of it. Ask me if you have any doubts in this. Now moving on to a different part, how the height and the distance is calculated. We will not go in the theoretical portion of this thing because we'll be using trigonometric ratios only to find that heights and distances. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Now people were asking, sir, what is your angle of elevation and all. So please draw this line, draw this figure. This is, let's say, Shamojit Lahiri, and this is the top of the lamp post, and this is the horizontal level. Horizontal level is basically eye level, okay? Wherever your eye is, that will be considering as horizontal level. Clear? So this will become your angle of elevation. And people are expected to attend the class on time. I know you've been attending the class after a while and the habit has gone, but please bring that habit back. So this line spelling obviously is wrong. That's correct. So this is the angle of elevation. Okay? Is this figure clear to everyone? Don't have to draw the exact figure. You draw this one like this, let's say. That's it. An angle of elevation. Just make a triangle out of nothing else. You keep a X out here. You can keep anything out. Write this like this lamp. But make sure you have to write this line of sight, angle of elevation and horizontal level. Is it clear? Shomojit, I hope it's clear to you. These concepts are very important. Once we jump onto the exercise, then no one will be able to clear this thing for you. So I would expect people to take your time and copy things properly so that you can go through it for your future reference. Can I move on? Sir, here eye level is the horizontal level. Yes. Wherever is the eye level, that will be considered as the horizontal level, because through eyes you will be moving up and down, right? If our eyes would have been out here in the stomach, then we will say that stomach is the horizontal level. Moving on, the different thing which will be seeing out here is the angle of depression. Now you don't have to draw this rat and pigeon. You basically write here x. Don't write here x. Write p and q. Nothing else. Draw this figure and write line of sight out here, angle of depression, and the horizontal level. And one more thing, if this two line happens to be parallel, okay, the horizontal level and the ground level, so this angle of depression, will also be equals to this angle, okay, alternate angles. Clear? Confirm yes or no if this thing is clear or not. Please copy down this properly. Over here, the horizontal level is for this pigeon, and the horizontal level for the rat is this, his eyesight. Okay? Clear everyone? Yes or no? Please confirm. Please draw this figure properly and ask me if you have any doubts. No doubts? Agnik, make sure you attend the class on time, don't be late. I hope this is clear. Can you move on to the next numerical? Sorry, not next portion. Over here, make sure that you write angle P viewing Q, okay? Writing P and Q as the objects. Then over here, P is viewing Q, that time your angle of depression will be this angle. Is it clear? Yes or no? Please confirm. Moving on to a different numerical now. I hope people are done with this. Confirm yes or no, students, in the chat box. We'll move on. Now, this is an instrument which is, it's used for calculating angle of elevation and angle of depression. Okay, this is called inclinometer or clinicometer. Clear? Please write this statement. The angle of elevation and depressions are usually measured by a device named inclinometer and clinicometer. Okay, so this device looks like this. This is a clinicometer. This is the eyepiece. Okay, eyepiece means from the place from where you will be looking at the object, like a telescope. You start looking from here and it ends out here, right? Eyepiece. So this is the eyepiece and this is the protector sort of a thing. If we change the angle out here, if it goes up, the angle of elevation is increasing, so this thing will go out here and you will get the angle of elevation from here. Is it clear? And as soon as you put it down, if you roll this, let's say it becomes like this. So this will be used for calculating the angle of depression. So this thing will come back and you will be getting a reading of the protector out here. So this will become your angle of depression. Please confirm if the working of inclinometer is clear or not. This is a telescope sort of a thing, and this will, it has a fulcrum out here and it will go up and down out here. Okay, this is the eyepiece, and as soon as this is calculated, this thing is attached to a reading on a protector. So as soon as this thing goes down, this thing will move out here and you will get the reading at the protector. Please confirm if this is clear or not. Tridi, Padantajit, Surya, Devashish, Sheel. Don't have to copy this figure. Just write this. That's it's measured with inclinometer and clinicometer or clinicometer. Moving on to a different portion now. Can we move on to a different portion? Confirm yes or no? I'll take that as yes. Students have written in the chat box. Now, this trigonometric table, I hope it's clear to everyone. People remember this table properly. So there are various formulas you'll be using out here. Okay, formulas are nothing. It's just that if we have this kind of a triangle, you'll be using sine, cos, and tan. These three formulas itself will be using the ratios, trigonometric ratios. So I would expect people to copy at least this triangle and write the value for sine, cos, and tan theta. I'm pausing the video, kindly note it down and let me know when it's done. Now let's start off with our exercise. Starting off with our exercise, this is the first numerical of exercise 9.1, as the chapter's name is 9. Chapter's number is 9 and the name is application of trigonometric. So we have a question out here, a circus. Out here, just remember one thing. Only thing out here to be remembered is diagram. Diagram needs to be done properly. The diagram is done properly, finding the numerical is not a difficult work. Okay, so here we have a first numerical. A circus artist climbs a rope 20 meters long, which is tightly stretched and tied to a top of a vertical pole on the ground. So it's tied out here to a pole. Clear? And the length of the rope is 20 meters. Find the height of the pole. This needs to be calculated. If the angle made by the rope is 30 degrees ground level. Clear? I hope this figure is clear to everyone. Had this figure not been given in the question, even then drawing the figure would not be a very difficult ask for you all, right? So this is a triangle. Over here, first of all, you'll have to specify what is AB, what is AC, and what is BC. Out here, you'll have to first write, let AC be the length of the rope, AB be the height of the pole, and BC will be pole distance from the ground. Okay, BC is the pole distance from the ground. Now, since you have to find this, can anybody tell me, if we have an angle and if we have hypotenuse, how will we find perpendicular? Can we use sine theta, which is AB by AC? We know theta out here and we know AC out here. Can we calculate AB, which also happens to be the height of the vertical pole? Yes or no? Now hurry up and calculate and tell me what you get the answer as. First of all, make sure you have to write these things. Okay, draw this figure and write the given portion and to find also. Clear? And then go on to use the sine formula. You don't have to write this. Just write in triangle ABC, sine theta is equals to AB by AC, and then just go on to solve for it and tell me what is the exact answer that you're getting. Hurry up in the chat box. Excellent, Surya and Somojit, excellent. I've already ended up with the answer. Everyone kindly follow it up. We have a solution over here. We'll be directly getting the answer of the pole, vertical pole, as 10 meters. People are expected to draw the diagram properly and tell me if you got the answer or not. Just use sine theta is equals to half, and then half of 20 becomes 10. I'm pausing the video for everyone. Kindly note it. Moving on to our next numerical now. I believe people have done with this. Now moving on, we have a next question. Question number 2. I would expect people to draw the diagram and switch on your cameras and show me how are you getting this diagram. I'll pause the video. I would expect people to read the question properly and draw the diagram in your copies and show me how it looks like. One student has shown me the figure and that will be considered good, very good, Shomoji Sarkar. And if the figure is drawn, I don't think it will be a really big ask for you all to do this. A tree breaks due to storm and the part bends. So if you assume this to be as a tree, this bends and makes an angle of 30 degree with the ground. You have to find the distance between the foot of the tree and the top of the bunch. That means, the height of the tree needs to be found out here, and this thing has been given to you. Clear? The length, distance between the root and the tip of the tree, because this entire tree has broken down, right? So over here, first of all, what you have to do is you have to calculate the length of the leftover portion of the tree, which is AB, and then you'll have to calculate even this AC, right? Because this portion, this is the entire tree, and this portion has broken down, right? This broken down and came out here. But this has to be quite longer to come, but still. That is why this has been made dot dot dot. Okay, because we don't know that how long is the tree. Is it clear? First of all, tell me what is the AB, the leftover portion of the tree. First of all, make sure you write what is AB and what is given. Tell me how will you find AB? Can we use tan theta, tangent of tan theta will be equals to AB by BC. Tell me what is the value for AB? Boys, value for AB. 8 root. Value for AB will be 8 by root 3, and then we'll be using cos theta. Cos theta will be base and hypotenuse, which will give the length of the hypotenuse as how much? 16 by root 3, and our final length of the tree will be AB plus AC, right? So this plus this will be our answer, which is 8 by root 3. Tell me if this question is crystal clear to everyone or not, because question number 3 and question number 4 will be your homework for today. Confirm if this numerical is clear to everyone.